Hey guys, Vasy back here, and in today's video, it's finally that time that we all love. It's time for the World Juniors, and we're going to be simulating through it using NHL 24. So this will be using my custom roster, all the created teams that I put out in Update 5. As you'll see, Group A consists of Canada, Finland, Germany, Latvia, and Sweden. Group B consists of Czechia, Norway, Slovakia, Sweden, and the USA. We will be using Canada for this simulation. And I do just want to say, make sure you check out the video I put out now. It'll be probably a week or two ago, somewhere around there, regarding setting up your custom league to have World Junior teams and all that stuff. It'll be a huge help getting this all set up and what I basically did for this video. But when we look through all the teams, you'll see that all the rosters are all intact. Everything should be all set to go. Here's just our Team Canada. I'll scroll through all the other teams here quickly, just make sure everything looks good. At least forward-wise, the Czechs look good, Finland looks good to me. But yeah, there's a bit of a process getting this all set up actually in your custom league, so make sure you check out that video if you want to try and replicate this yourself and have your own World Junior Championship in franchise mode. States really are looking like a powerhouse here. They might be one of our toughest teams here going up against them. Probably in the playoffs at some point, but we'll see what happens. Let's get through the, I guess, pre-tournament games here as it is. We beat Germany, Latvia, Sweden, and Finland to go 4-0 in the preseason, pre-tournament, whatever you want to call it. So let's simulate to the start of the regular season, or I guess really the start of the tournament. I'm going to go through everything quickly here, and then we'll jump into the playoff games as it's just a one-game elimination style. So, setting things to the end of the year, we lose to Finland and the US right off the bat. That's not a good start. So, to make the playoffs, you only really have to be a top 8 team. Only 2 will not make it, so I like our chances of that as we beat Norway, and we do beat the Czechs there in overtime by a score of 2-1. We also do beat Latvia there in our lone game of the month by a score of 5-2. As we are somewhat rebounding as we're coming up on the trade deadline, which is unfortunately, you can't really skip this, whatever, just, I wish I could do a bit more of a condensed version of this, but it is what it is. Beat Slovakia, we beat Germany, as we're on a 5-game winning streak here, beat Switzerland and Sweden to finish the tournament 7-2. So that'll definitely get us into a playoff spot for sure, as it does look like I believe we did lead our group, Group A, followed by Sweden, Finland, Germany, and Latvia unfortunately didn't make it as they had 1 win, 8 losses. So that's kind of how Group A is looking. Let's look at Group B. The States did win that. Slovakia was 2nd, the Czechs were 3rd, Switzerland was 4th, and Norway does miss out. So it actually does look pretty realistic for the most part. Let's look at all the stats around the league here. As Celebrini puts up 14 points in 9 games, McGroarty is 2nd, Philippe Mazar, Jordan Dumas, all these guys have 10 points. A lot of the star young guys that are up and coming. Fowler was the top goalie of the tournament, even though his numbers aren't amazing. That's kind of what the goaltending stats are looking like here for this simulation. So I think it's time to jump into the playoffs here. I'm not exactly sure where the regular season ends and the playoffs start, as it would be a shortened 1-game series here. Let's keep simulating, and there we go. Let's look at the playoff tree here for this tournament, or the bracket as you would call it. We face Germany, Sweden faces Finland, US faces Switzerland, and Slovakia faces the Czechs. So that's kind of how the setup of this tournament is looking. For these playoff games, like I said, we are actually going to be jumping into them as it's just 1-game elimination. So let's jump into the game against Germany here. First period, Germany goes up 1-0. It's not a great start. Second period, we do tie it. Owen Beck, the shorty on Wolf. Germany is actually playing us pretty good. They're actually out shooting us. Would definitely be quite an upset here if they did manage to take the win. 8 minutes left as Jaeger does put us up 2-1. As Ludwinski puts us up 3-1. Tristan Leno puts us up 4-1 as it looks like we will survive and go on to the semifinals, I believe now. So big win against Germany. They definitely did play us tough right until the end there where we kind of opened up the floodgates there, but hey, good to see, as we will go up against Sweden here next. Let's jump into this game, see if we can make it, I believe, to the finals if we win this. First period, 2-0 Sweden, Axelsson and Pellikka, and Philip Bystedt for them. Second period, Noah Östlund and Jäger puts them up 3-1. With a period left to play, we are the highest rated team in this tournament for a reason. Let's see if we can come back in the third. Salmonson, Jets prospect, puts them up by a score of 4-1, as it's not looking good here with 10 minutes left. Matthew Wood does score, followed by Otto Stenberg, as it is 5-2 Sweden with about 5 minutes. Looks like they are going to eliminate us here, sadly. Pettersson does make it 6-2 for them, as they do eliminate us, Team Canada, unfortunately, in the semifinals. So let's simulate the rest of the playoffs here, see what happens, see who's going to actually win this tournament. As Slovakia, that's a very interesting result. I've done this simulation a couple times and I've actually never seen them win it, so hey, good for them. Let's look at their road to the final. They did beat Sweden. Big upset over the States, 6-3, and they also beat Czechia by a score of 4-0. So that's definitely more of a surprising winner that I've seen in the past year doing this simulation, but hey, good for them. Look at the scoring leaders here in the playoffs, see who kind of went off for them. Dalibor Dvorsky, Filip Mazar, definitely carrying that team, 10 points and 5 points respectively, so that's definitely a big reason why they're winning the cup. And let's take a look at the awards here, even though all these awards definitely don't exist. Kind of fun to look at, just because we're using franchise mode, they still have to technically have them in there, so there is a quick look at all your awards for this simulation. But I do think that is going to do it for today's video. I did just want to do a quick simulation on the World Juniors. Definitely let me know down in the comments, who do you guys think is going to win this tournament this year, as it definitely seems to be more of an open field than in previous years. But that is going to do it for today's video. I will see you all in the next one.